My name's Josh, and channel Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain, and do so Monday through Friday. Today being Friday, so I guess today we're supposed to fry something, so it's Friday, and yeah, welcome. Good dawning. We are inside. It is getting cold, too cold. Let's see. That might actually help to be outside. 1 second. I'll put on more light. That might help a little bit, but as winter comes, we'll have to get a light, like a ring light or something. So those things are coming, and yeah, and a stand for the cell phone, so I'm not resting it against my table here. But ooh, all right, that's a little dark. Bitter coffee this time. Good timing. I did not put enough sugar in my coffee. Ooh, that'll wake you up in the morning. How come you guys have blue names? Blue names means that they have a wrench. So they've been with the channel for a while, since really pretty much its inception here. I started channeling back in November, and a lot of my members here have been with the channel since then, Karen. And so it's kind of like family. So if you stick around, then you get a wrench, and a wrench just means that you can kick people. You have control of the chat because whoever's doing the live doesn't have the ability, or you'd have to just be moderating your own chat the whole time. Um, so I think this is set to kick out people who haven't subscribed. I'm not sure, but oh, good dawning, Terry. Welcome. Hi, welcome to our Friday here. All right. So if you've been with us, then we want to welcome Terry from Holding Your Space. She does a meditation, which usually I'm just half asleep through and trying to wake up to do this. Otherwise, I'd be in her videos. But yeah, she does a meditation in the dawning before us. So if you're interested in, and I kind of wanted to model. Actually, Terry was the model. Like when Saint Germain came through, he was like, "You could do something like Terry in the dawning," and it was literally what he said. You could do something like Terry. So, but a lot of her people in her channel actually watch this, or some of her people do. And so like I'm not Terry's an expert at doing the meditations, and so that's where we came up with the energy work instead, where we're doing cord cutting and such. Because to try to do a meditation like Terry, it's not going to work. That's what she does. That's her thing. But it was the idea of having a dawning show, and it was modeled off of Terry. At least the energetics was at the time, because Saint Germain, as Saint Germain specifically said, just do like Terry, so to speak. Just be freeform. You get this. And so that's what we've done. So yeah, grateful to see you in the chat. Millie, Helene, we're going to get some rusty energies out today. And welcome, Karen. I hope you stick around. Please subscribe. I'm grateful to see you in the chat. Yanksy, good dawning as well. I did see your pictures there, which will get posted. We have new pictures of Ali. And so that's awesome as well. And so yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right. So what we've been doing is energetics, and of course we've been doing cord cutting. So basically clearing our energetic field. So we're doing cord cutting, and then we're also working on our 15-day project. And the project basically is that we want to see what we can create by November 11th. And so Saint Germain has got us doing two things at once here, clearing our energetic field. So we're doing cord cutting on energetics that may be stuck in our field. Again, we can't see most of the light spectrum for a reason. And we can't see what is blocking us, but we can feel it. And so by moving energies and basically clearing it out of our field, you can't see it leave, but you can certainly feel it leave your field there. And then we're also doing our grounding exercise, where we've been grounding into what we want to see. On November 11th is our drop date as our 90-day project. And if you're new, you don't have to have started 2 or 3 weeks ago when we started. At this point, it's just a matter of putting something in your frame that you want to see by November 11th. It could be just a $100 bill. It could be a new car, a new job, an intention to move out. Keep in mind, whatever you're seeing, it could be or better. You always want to add or better to what you're looking for in your universe, because when you're manifesting from your current energetics, which are here. November 11th, you could be here. So what you're wanting now may not suffice, may not be an energetic match because you're up here. And so what you're looking for may actually be better because you're in a higher energetic state. So keep that in mind as well. Driving but listening. So we're going to put Bonnie, anybody who's driving and watching, we put you in a golden bubble of light. May your car be guided by Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain, or truck or van, be guided by Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain. and may you arrive safely with favor to and from your destinations. Fantastic. Fantastic. So what we're going to do first then, and I'm grateful that you're all here, and I'm grateful for your subscription. Please like and subscribe. Share this as well. So we're going to start with some cord cutting, and then we're going to go into our channeling. But as we said yesterday, when Saint Germain kind of just took over and ran the show, we're going to actually do questions today. So when we get into the channeling portion, and we may have Saint Germain just jump in here and take the show. Karma, good dawning, welcome as well. And so yeah, we may have Saint Germain just take over the show here, but either way, he's going to. We're going to open the floor to questions today. So if you have a question for Saint Germain, you can type it in the chat. Start it off with like the first word being all capitals, so I know I can see it stand out in the chat, and then or a couple words in all caps. Then Saint Germain can, when we're ready, because right now it'll scroll back through. But and then Saint Germain can read it. I can read in channeling now, and so then we can answer the questions for you. We did not get to 500 yet. I'm at 499, and I'm not saying anything other than it's YouTube or whatnot. I have no idea. I know a few channels that danced at 499 for years. I'm not saying that that's happening in any aspect. We're not political or anything, but yeah, 499 is one of those humps there, and we'll see. I'm curious to see how the algorithm in YouTube has been quite interesting. And again, Elon Musk, if you're watching. Spiritual tube with a clean algorithm, please and thank you. It takes millions, right? Millions and millions, lots of servers to host all these videos. So Elon Musk, if you're watching, can we be happy to sit down with you? Can we build a spiritual tube outside of you with a clean and loving algorithm, please and thank you. All right, so there we go. But yeah, I have no idea. I'm still at 499 and have been for 2 days now. So we'll see what happens here. Maybe it flipped. And if it did, I can't see it from here. If it flipped, then this is the 500 show, and I'm grateful. Karen, oh my God, thank you, Karen. All right, ding, 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 ding. This is the 500th subscriber show now. All right, Karen, you are our 500th subscriber. I'd like to say you get the prize, but there's no prize. The prize is that you get to continue to. I'm grateful. Thank you. Get to learn how to build your universe. There we go. But no, thank you. So yes. That's the other question is, can we get an update on Zoe, door number 3? Exactly. All right, Monty. I'll take the box over door number 3, Monty. But yeah, the question is, did you come in a clown suit or are you dressed as a chef? That's the real question first. Or as a construction worker. Either way, I like the person who dressed as Monty Hall was the best episode. Because then it was Monty Hall, and the guy looked pretty good. So it was Monty Hall and Monty Hall like standing there right next to each other, almost parallel. It was crazy. So look that one up if you want to see a crazy episode of the Monty Hall episode. There you go. But thank you, Karen. This is awesome. So now we're at 500. Amazing. Grateful. And yeah, Karen, we'll put a shout out. Maybe I'll do a short in honor of Karen. We'll do a short. But thank you. This is blessed. I have not in a million years. So I think we did 500 people. But yeah. Wow. My question after Millie's is best for practicing for chakra clearing and releasing for optimal chi flow. Okay. So we're going to bring in Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain. He wants to run the show today. So I'll count down here. Thank you, Karen. Truly grateful. Yeah, it's not often you got to be that person today, and that's just amazing. Think about the energetics you're carrying around there, Karen, because you're my 500th subscriber. I don't even go play the lottery or anything, but that's just awesome. Thank you. All right, I'm going to bring in Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain. So I count back down from 5 to 0. I don't specifically have to, but sometimes it's easier to ground in if he's not like sitting right there. I'm an open channel, so I never close the channel. So since day one, Saint Germain's been right there, and he said, if you close the door, I'm not going anywhere, but yeah, you'll miss out, is what he said, because I'm such an open, natural channel. I don't have to do any toning. If you watch Daniel Scranton, for example, or Archangel Raphael Kelly, Daniel will do one of these things to tone in, change his vibration to meet the vibration up there, to bring in, and Kelly does a toning thing. I just channel. In the beginning, it was all about sitting and listening to hear it. If you go back to my first channeling, it was just hearing it way back here. but now it just flows right through. All right, so we'll bring in Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Good dawning and welcome. It is Friday. Welcome to Good Dawning with Mr. Floyd, Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain. And we are channeling through Josh for you, to you today. And it is Friday. So you have to fry something today. If you have an air fryer, that does not count. You are cheating. You do not get the calories if you are frying with the air fryer. So it is your job today to post your pictures of your fried Twinkie. If you have one, you could send it to Josh at MrFloydChannelings@gmail.com, right? If you are making fried Oreos, if you are frying, we don't recommend you eat Oreos. If you understand eating Oreos, this one we may need to save. We have not forgotten about the Rumble channel either. Josh has just been lazy, but we are going to get him to do the Rumble channel. Actually, he's moving things forward. He got the StreamYard working. So Laura B, look out for an email. Are you here? Laura B, we know you are in the chat. So look out for an email maybe next Tuesday night. You are going, St. Germain is inviting you to throw cards again on Tuesday night because we had the StreamYard working. So we are going to have Laura B next Tuesday with her, as long as it's up to Laura, of course. She is her energetics, and we do not know her schedule. But we will be honored to have her back. So we are going to next Tuesday. You are the first to hear. All of you watching Good Dawning. Laura B will be throwing cards again next Tuesday. We've sent emails out. Josh has sent an email out to R. Wayne Steiger. And we are sending an email today to John Binney. So we are going to bring Tuesday night and maybe another night we're going to have more live videos. Saint Germain wants to do the Saint Germain interviews, right? There's nobody online on YouTube, right? Or you have seen doing interviews as in channel. So we are going to, Saint Germain is going to do interviews with like Wayne Steiger or with John Binney, or like the interview you saw with Adam, right? So Saint Germain will be running the show, but the interview and doing the interviewing, because why not? It is a unique thing to see somebody channeling Saint Germain doing an interview. So there we go. So we're going to shift things around a little bit. So Tuesday Night Live may not always be channeling anymore. We're trying to fill it in. We have Viviani. She's going to be on the channel as well. Email is sent to her. We're going to have as well, Stony Throws might be on the channel at one point, and we have Rooted Willow. She is going to be on the channel as well. So we are building a box of tools to broaden out the channel, so to speak. And so what we are going to do this Friday, and again, it is your job to fry something. And again, we are not frying Oreos. Do not fry an Oreo. And if you understand what the little symbol on the disc of an Oreo means, we're going to leave that one alone for the Rumble channel. But Hydrox cookies. If you want to eat a Hydrox. Do not eat an Oreo because you are eating other things. Symbols. There are lots of symbols on your food, right? You'll put symbols on your food and then they make you eat it, right? Put a little this and that, or put it on the package and you open it up. So you are agreeing, right? You are agreeing to something if you open the package and it has a symbol on it. So keep that in mind. It's all energetics in your universe. You are made to make. We are going to state this very carefully, and it'll be more on the Rumble channel, but you are made because there's lots of dark energetics that go on your planet that you don't even see, that we can't really discuss on the tube of you, right? Because it's not you anymore. The tube is not you, it's the corporate, but nonetheless. It used to be you and the tube, but now it's the corporations and the tube. And if you are making it through, then you are lucky. The corporations are letting you through. But nonetheless, we will put it on the Rumble channel. But if you are eating an Oreo cookie and you are in space of what you are eating and the symbol stamped on top of the cookie there, you would reach for a Hydrox cookie really fast. They are not as bad, and they are. The Hydrox cookies honestly taste better than the mass-produced Oreo cookies anyways. But nonetheless, synchronicities, that was my exact philosophy for life. There you go. We love that, honey. It is all about synchronicities, because the law of synchronicity, Josh can see it at work. We will get one person who will come in the front door, right? They will do the lap. There's a lap that everybody does. It's the same thing. Everybody holds the same energetics, generally speaking. But if there's one person who walks into the store, there's usually a delineation point where they will walk past in the store. And does the next person. Has to happen. But then, because everything happens in threes, right? He's not going to get two people. You're going to get a third group of people. You also have a group of people as well that are going to be larger than the one or two in the first two groups, right? So you get one large group of people and two individuals all the time. You are never going to get just one customer in the store. Look in the restaurant one day. Go to a restaurant at a weird hour, like 3 o'clock, right? You might be the first one there. But you will see. Right behind you, somebody will come in. It is always the case. You are never just thinking your own thoughts. It is a grander thought field, and you are just picking the thoughts out of it. And you will find other people who are matching your thoughts. You show up at Home Depot at the same time other people who are picking the same Home Depot energy show up at the same time. It is not a coincidence that you are walking through the door and you have to go, excuse me, you can go ahead first. It is not just you, it's bigger energy field that you are picking off of. Nonetheless, you see that, and you could see our universe in a much easier way. But nonetheless, we are going to do some grand energetics this starting, and then we're going to answer your questions. So, welcome to Good Dunning, now hosted by Saint Germain and Mr. Floyd. We're not putting Josh in the back burner, of course not. He has to have his own opinion, he has to put his own stuff out, and we are going to make sure that the ramblings, there we go, come back in some fashion, because while he is talking in the dawning, we're going to also make sure he makes shots of what he is rambling in the dawning on his own, because the channel will not, Saint Germain will not allow for Josh to rest on his laurels on the channel with Saint Germain only. It has to be him too. And you will have to get stories too. Like Josh has to tell you about when he hitchhiked across the United States for almost an entire year with no money, a backpack, a tent, and a sleeping bag. We are stating that because we want him to be more vulnerable. And hear that on the channel, like his hitchhiking stories and things like that. Why is he qualified to be standing here? He was in the army, and he hitchhiked, and he's done all kinds of crazy things. So there you go. So he moved to Florida and then had to sit in Hurricane Andrew, Cat 5. So there you go. So you will hear these things as well. As we start to morph the channel, and things are changing. We have to make the channel larger and bigger. So we are making changes to the channel. But again, if you're going to fry something today, do not fry an Oreo. If you see the stamp on the top of an Oreo there, there's reasons why they want you to eat that, and we are leaving that alone. Nonetheless, we will put that on the Rumble channel, and Joshua here is at work today. We'll probably set up the Rumble channel for the Saint Germain, and we can do something. If you have a specific night, we may not go live, but maybe if we want to go live on Rumble, you put in the YouTube channel in the chat. What night would work best for you? If we are going live on the Rumble, what night would work best for you? We don't know. So if we do another live channel or another show in the evening, what night would work best? If you want to put that in the chat, that's fine. If not, that is fine too. All right, so we are going to ground into what we have been looking at on our walls. You have been working with the project, and if you are brand new here and you are seeing this in rewind or the replay, pause the video in a moment. You are going to create something. Everything is created inside of yourself, right? You are the energetics of your universe. I'm going to repeat that. You watching this in the chat. You are your energetics, are your universe. That's your energetic. You are creating your universe. What do you want to see in your universe? We've been doing this since project for about 2 weeks. What we want to see in our universe by November 11th, right? So for you, what do you want to see in your universe by November 11th? We've been visualizing that inside ourselves. The only way to get anything done. For Steve Jobs, he was sitting in his house and the Apple computer had to start where? In him. It did not start. There's your Apple computer. It did not start. He had to write it out. It had to show up in himself first. If he did nothing, he went, ooh, Apple computer. That's a great idea. I'm going to go pick my nose now. Maybe I'll go skiing. You would have no Apple computer. You'd be sitting on be no iPhone. That may be good or bad, we are not stating, but nonetheless, you would not be on your Apple computer, you would not be on your iPhone, you would not have your iBuds and your watches and all of that stuff would not exist in your universe. If he had just said, ooh, Apple computer, that's a great idea. Time to go take a shower. Just ignored it. If you do that in your universe, then the same thing will happen. You could get the grand idea, and you are just like, screw it, I'm going to go take a shower, and poof. But everything came off with every single thing you see in the universe started with a grand idea. Keep that in mind. The car you are driving, the seat you are sitting on, the shirt you are wearing, every single thing started with an energy in somebody else. And that is where we are at right now. That's why we're doing this project. Nothing can change if you don't change our energy. So for that, we are saying then, pause the video. Take 2 minutes and in yourself, if you are not with us already, and create something in your frame, inside yourself, that you want to see in your universe by November 11th. So go ahead and do that real quick. Pause the video. If you are with us, then we are going to see that. So remember, all you have to do is see it in yourself. So again, take your picture, whatever you are seeing that you want from November 11th, on your wall, ground into it. You have 15 seconds. We're going to do it for 20. And it's your responsibility, keep this in mind, to keep the energetics up on Saturday and Sunday. If you want to on Saturday, if you don't want to do that, your energetics won't disappear. You are just not filling any more energetics to it. So it may take you 3 weeks. Instead, it may take you extra days. the energetics will slow down a little. But if you can ground in 15 seconds, we're asking for less than a minute of your time for the entire weekend. So if you take 15 seconds on Saturday and do this project on your own, 15 seconds on the day of the sun and Sunday, and do this on your own, you are continuing the energetics. It'll pick back up on Monday, but if you didn't do it, it just slows it down. It doesn't get rid of it. You get rid of it by saying, I don't know if I really deserve that. Shoop, you just got rid of it. I don't know if I'm worthy of that. Shoop, you erase it off the board. So there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and do that because time is slipping here. Take a moment, take a deep breath, breathe in with Saint Germain. There we go. 5, 4, 3, there we go. All right, so we are going to ground into our project, what we want to see in our universe, what we have stuck to our proverbial interior wall, what we have been visualizing. So go ahead, take 15 seconds to visualize and feel what you are, our project, what you are wanting in your universe by November 11th. And if you are just brand new, just visualize something you want in your universe. You can pause the video if you are watching in replay to create something. And we are doing this every day because this is how you actively create your universe. So take 15 seconds. See it on your wall. Josh is seeing it. Saint Germain is helping him to see it. Feel it. It is there. You are bringing it into your frame. Feel what it is like to have whatever you are wanting in your universe on the November 11th. All right. There we go. Now, we are not going to cut any cards here. We're going to get to your questions because time is starting to slip. But nonetheless, as you go about your weekend, we will cut the cards from the weekend on Monday, on Moon Day, right? So as you are building your energetics, you have the right to cut your own card during the weekend, anytime you are here feeling heavy energetics. So remember, if you are new here, and we are talking about cutting cards, if somebody cuts you off at the grocery store, and we use that as your grand example, and they walk right into the checkout line, right past you, and go to the first available free self-checkout, and skip you, and you've been standing there waiting, you will get angry. It is about carrying that anger or releasing it, as we have been saying. So if you are just brand new here, to release it, all you have to do is see it, write it on a chalkboard. The person who cut me off at the grocery store, and erase it. The person that cut me off at the grocery store, I'm pulling the energetics. It's your job to do that over the weekend. If somebody pisses you off, if you are angry, or somebody pieces in your Cheerios, so to speak, you get cut off at the traffic light, somebody says something mean to you or whatever. If you are feeling the energetics, then you just cut the energetics. The person who cut me off, go away. I erase you. You can do that anytime. So, and of course, keep in mind as well, you are always protected. As long as you ground into your power of protection from Isis. Isis has given you all pyramids of protection. Again, you only see 1%, less than 1% of the visible light spectrum for a reason. So, ground in. Good dawning, Joyce. We love you and are grateful to see you in the chat. Saint Germain is grateful to see you there. But we are saying that you only see 1% of the light spectrum for a reason. So if you are going into situations, or if you are in a home that is not the best for you, turn up the power on your pyramid of protection. If you're watching this in the rewind, just ask Isis. Thank you for, just stay to Isis. Thank you for your pyramid of protection. You could see it if you saw more than 1% of the visible light spectrum. But then you'd see the violet flame in front of you. And you could always turn that up too. Like a gas stove. So you have lots of powers of protection for you when you're out in your universe. Use them. Alrighty. So Saint Germain is going to open this up for questions. We have not done this before. So it is our intention to have maybe once every 2 weeks. So maybe one episode a week to do, maybe once every 2 weeks. To have questions, to open it up to the floor. 30 minutes or so of what do you want to ask Saint Germain? He can answer because Josh can read now in channeling through the chat. So if you have a question for Saint Germain, and some of them may have been typed in before, so we can scroll the chat backwards. But nonetheless, if you have a question for Saint Germain, please throw it into the chat. Saint Germain will answer for you. And again, do not eat your Oreo cookies. Go get the Hydrox cookies. Symbolism is everything in your universe. So we are open for business, so to speak. And we are, anyways, if you want a one-on-one session, and there's a few in the chat who can vouch how amazing they are. But nonetheless, if you want a one-on-one session with Saint Germain and Archangel Raphael and Yangtze, we will get back to you via email today. Josh will. But nonetheless, yes, absolutely give him a ring. Mr. Floyd Channelings at gmail.com. We can do the one-on-one sessions and see what we've got. But let's see if there's any. No Monday or Wednesdays. All other days most work most weeks. Perfect. All right. So that is a question from Joyce. We are just seeing it as how to prevent or identify people who aren't sincere or hurt or will cause pain. That is a good question. So if you are seeing people, and we're going to state this, and it's not a negative thing or a positive thing, Joyce. It's just what kind of is. Hello, may I have advice for getting myself to the? Yes, we can do that for sure. Akashic records. So somebody remember that the Akashic records. But for Joyce's question, there, if you are already asking that question, and we are not trying to be negative or anything else, Joyce, and we love you. But if you are trying to prevent or identify people who are hurting you, then you've had a lot of people that have already hurt you in your universe because you are seeing people, you are looking at people with an eye to identify them as fear or in pain or that they could cause pain to you in your universe. And we love you, and we know that's not the. There we go. We know that is not the easiest or the best. There we go. The microphone is acting up. Stop acting goofy. We'll get these done. There we go. Perfect. Okay, perfect. So we are just working with the microphone. Just needs to get a stand because it's resting on the micro. Either way, we'll get a stand for his phone and the microphone will be fine. But nonetheless, so if you are seeing that, Joyce, in your universe and you are trying to identify people that have hurt you, then we are sorry because yes, that means you have had a lot of hurt in your universe. First up, that's the first thing, is to recognize the hurt within you. You are looking to see it as a mirror in other people. Are you, and I can't answer that, and you could put it in the chat, but are you expecting to find people that are hurting you? Are you already going out into our universe with the leading energetics of people are going to hurt me, so how do I identify those that don't? And if that is the case, then the heart, what needs to be healed, we're going to be as honest as we can. What would need to be healed would come directly from inside yourself. It's about healing those childhood wounds, those wounds that causing you to look for other people that are hurting you. If you are coming from a vulnerable energy, you might be attracting people otherwise as well who would be in that energetics of hurting. So keep that in mind as well. But how to identify that? You can't identify energetics. You can only, you can feel. So from your end, you would have to feel into each individual. But based on what I'm seeing in the question, and I cannot answer, are you already leading with the energetics of these people are going to hurt me? So I need to sift through to find those that don't. I don't know. But if that's the case, then you are going to see everybody as a possibility of hurting you and already be in that energetic space of looking to be hurt by other people. First off, that's where the energetics would need to change within yourself, where you are looking and understanding that I am hurt. So I am looking for expecting that mirror to come back to me in my universe. Honestly, the answer for your question is to clear the hurt within inside yourself first. Because then you will not be skewed in your energetics to see hurt in the grander universe. Remove fear. It's not even removing your fear. It's going deeper than that. It's about stepping. And when you're saying so as well, it says so much. It's about stepping into the energetics of Joyce first and grounding into her. It's not about even removing the fear. It's about removing the entire programming that allows Joyce to even have the thought that how do I avoid people that hurt me? To be honest, it goes deeper than just removing the fear. In your universe, your leading energy is people hurt me. Why is that? What was the trauma that would put Joyce into a energetic union with people hurt me? So how do I find people that don't? That is the question. Because generally speaking, most people, if you are not in pain or in hurt, you're not going to go through your universe expecting people to hurt you. You're just going to meet people and be like, hey, how are you? And if you see that they are causing pain, you just like, goodbye, you are just out of my frame. Your energetics don't work for me. But if you are been hurt And this was Josh for a year. And he's programming 7 years. If you have been hurt, or you are programming, you have a narcissistic parent or a narcissistic husband or what have you. You usually have to have a narcissistic parent first before your husband or spouse becomes narcissistic, because you have to learn that, the energetics. So it is all about the learned energetics first off that has been programmed to you by your parents. They have programmed that into you in some form or fashion, and you have accepted that programming. So to start, you would have to change the programming of why Joyce. This is the honest question. Answer. The answer for Joyce's question is Joyce would need to work on Joyce inside herself to answer her question of why she sees people as energetic as energies in the first place. Why you are looking, you need the spidey sense. The spidey sense is up because you had to have your spidey sense up as a child. Because people in your universe, you had to match energetics. Generally, that's how an empath works. You have to match the energetics with your parents. You have to be on their radar, in their field, in their energetic space. So to understand if you are safe or not. So you are grounding into their energies, ignoring your own. And so if you are safe, then you are matching their energies and they are good. But if you are not matching their energies, then you could get run over, so to speak. So it is all based on that narcissistic abuse child trauma, most likely. And so you have to heal that. Then you won't see your universe that way. It is about the energetics of, you are seeing a universe that way because you are programmed with those energetics, Joyce. All right, let's see what we've got. Chap into the childhood wound that did not feel safe. She cannot help release and be shown what is safe. She is safe and what supports her not. So we are supporting each other. We are the safe for each other. Out the big bad world can be big and scary. If you had parents who want loving and what's not, then you see people as big and scary, especially if you had a mean father and you have narcissistic father issues. Maybe your father was abusive. He was controlling and yelling, and now your husband is controlling and yelling. So you end up with these same situations because that's what you know about love, because you are programmed from your family. So it's about breaking the programming first so that you can step into your own personal frame to create your own energetics about people, to be honest. You are welcome, Joyce. Absolutely. So it's always going to be, generally speaking, what you are seeing in your current frame is generally tied to those energetics when you are your broken childhood. To be honest, it's all about your broken inner child. And in this case, your inner child is in fear and seeing everybody as kind of a meanie, so to speak. And it's all related most likely back to your parents. This week I learned about rage being a car wound. Oh, rage can be a massive car wound. We stuff that rage. We aren't allowed to express our emotions as a child. So you are quiet. I don't want to hear that. Go away. You are not worthy of. You are worthless. All of that will build up rage inside yourself. Are you seeing that? So you are building up the rage inside yourself, and then you cannot control your emotion. You are being, it's like stuffing, right? You are stuffing it all inside yourself, but you are only your frame, right? So eventually it has to bust out, and that is where the rage comes in. And you cannot, I've been learning less YouTubing, more. I've been more learning, less YouTubing. Exactly. You can YouTube. YouTube is a grand tool. Most of you would not be sitting here right now in the wake up. Not you wouldn't be watching Mr. Floyd, but if YouTube did not exist, right? If we did not have the YouTube awakening, as what we are calling it, would not have happened. You would not be sitting here in your frame, in your universe, awake. I want to repeat that. The fact that YouTube is there, and you have people like Mr. Floyd, Kyle Cease, Adam from the Medium channel to watch, to teach you. Otherwise, you would have to go into a book, but you would have had to know the book exists. You had to go to the library. Maybe you'll find a book from Deepak Chopra. Then you have to read it, and it's only one little subject. It would have been a slow ass ascension. Everything works as it's meant to, right? Now you go. Be grateful. All right, so we are going to see what else we have in the chat here. And we know we have some questions here. It's not even removing the fear. It's about removing the energetics that are causing you to see our universe in that way, and that is about your childhood programming. So let's see. May I give advice for getting into my Akashic records? That is very good. That is an easy one. First off, when you go to sleep at night, ask your higher self. Ask your higher self if you can visit your higher self. So first off, before you go to sleep, kiss. Ask yourself, I'll state to yourself, I want to meet my higher self. I'm going to go to sleep. So I'm asking the self in here to astro, to merge with. I'm asking the self in here, right, to merge with the higher self up there, right? And then the higher self has access to its Akashic records on its own. But you could also, there's a couple of things you can do, right? So ask your council of elders. Are you familiar with the council of elders? You do not just make a plan and show up. You are not just like sitting at the kiosk. I want to do this. I'm going to do this and enter your program. You sit down with your counselors. You have a council. Your council of elders. So we are asking you to sit down with your council of elders, right? To sit down with them in here. So before you go to bed, have an intention to meet with your council of elders. Are you with me so far, Kiss? Like when you go to sleep, you are astro body. You are not your solid body in earth form. You are the light outside of it. So you have your tundric cord and you're attached to your body, but you're not in there. Your body is sleeping, but you as Sauce never sleeps, right? You're always doing something. If you are just sitting and thinking, you are daydreaming, your energetic body is doing a lot. While you are just sitting there, your physical body is doing nothing. So in your universe, it is 11:11. There you go. So in your universe, before you go to sleep, ask your higher self. And ask your council of elders. I want to get into my Akashic records. Both of them are important. Thirdly, be very nice about it and say, I would like to meet my keeper as well. There's a keeper of your records. There has to be. For Josh, there's ways you can do this even easier, and we will get into that. But for right now, before you go to sleep, have the intention to meet with and you have to, why do you want to see our Akashic records? You have to know that as well. But ask your council of elders. They are listening. They are there. They are the ones who helped you to formulate your records, to formulate the plan that you are living off of right now. You sat down with them in the boardroom of your universe and sat down, so to speak, and they said, okay, what are you doing again? This is your grand design. You are on a 15 lifetime cycle of narcissistic abuse. This will be number 16. What are you doing with it now? That wouldn't be a lot. Some people go to 7. The average lifetime cycle is between 5 and 50 lifetimes or more. You could cycle narcissistic abuse 50 lifetimes. You won't know it unless you have a past life regression session, but you could spin this 50 times in narcissistic abuse until you wake up out of it, for example. Keep that in mind. So that's the question from your end then, is what is my cycle? Why am I here? And so asking your guides, your higher family, to help you to meet with your keeper of the record and your family there. So if you do that before you go to bed, have an intention to meet with your record keeper as well. You will meet them eventually. You will find out in the astral there, but that is the easiest way. Before you go to sleep, state the grand intention. Write down in your journal why you want to go to your Akashic record as well. They need a specific thing to look at, or for what. You just can't show up and be like, hi, my council of elders, how you doing, my man? And hanging out. You need to have a reason. So write that down. When you wake up, Indy darling, if your intention was to go see our Akashic records, have a pen and piece of paper in hand. Do not grab your cell phone. So you can write out whatever flows through you. Because that will be the only time you might remember. It may not be, but you might need to be regressed too. But nonetheless, start with that. I intend, when you go to sleep, I intend to go to my Akashic records. I intend to meet with my record keeper, and I intend to meet with my family. I want to meet with my council of elders, and I want to know X, Y, or Z. Have that grand intention. Put the notebook out, and then be ready to write the moment you wake up. There we go. We hope that helps, but that's the best we can do right now. We're going to go backwards here and see what else we have in the chat. I did not know. Still working on my shadows. You are always going to be working on your shadows. How to prevent Identify people that can hurt you. We have done that. Monday, Wednesday, Monday, or Friday. Fridays are tough. Josh has to work double on Fridays. But yesterday, let's see what we have here. Let's do questions for Saint Germain in caps. There we go. How do you switch traumas to tools? There we go. That's a good question. So if you are switching your trauma, so if your trauma is like abandonment, narcissistic abuse, you have an ability that nobody else has. You can sniff out energies. That is how you switch. You are a grand energetic observer. If you have narcissistic abuse, trauma, your mother was crazy, your husband is nuts, whatever it is in your universe, right? You can see that. You have a higher radar, for one. It's your job then to sniff that out. How do you switch your traumas to tools? You heal thyself through your traumas. You ground into that as your light. Your brokenness can also be your greatest asset. You use that to propel yourself to be your highest self. You want to switch your traumas to tools. Look inside yourself. If you are picking bad people, first off, ground into why that is. It's all going to go back to crappy childhood. The answer to 99% of everything you are going to see here is fix your crappy childhood, so to speak. But for switching your traumas and dramas to tools, you fix yourself. You take all of the negatives your parents poured into you and you grind into them to find your source self. There's a deeper answer. We are going to go with this answer right now. The easiest way to switch your traumas to tools is to realize that the traumas are not yours to begin with. They were given to you and you accepted those traumas. You are in grand acceptance of all the energetics you are playing in. So if you are living in trauma, you accepted the trauma. You accepted the gift from somebody else. You accepted the programming from somebody else. But at age 3, you have no right way to not accept the programming. Are you in understanding of that? When you are 5 or 4 or 3 and somebody is calling you garbage, or telling you are worthless, or saying you can't do that, you don't know what you are doing, you are going to understand that as you don't know what you are doing. You're going to take that in personally into your auric field, into your energetics. The best way to transmute that is to turn it around, and realize that it is them, not you. It takes a while. You have to climb your way out by doing the work, sitting in your energetics and crying through it, doing the shadow work. That's how you transmit your traumas to tools. You do the shadow work. That's the best way to do it. We love you in that aspect. Just like Oreo ice cream. But we are going to say this for Helene. There's reasons why you see a circle and a line on top of an Oreo. We leave it alone. I remind you when you start to rumble, I want to hear more about the Oreos, so I've heard of some dark energetic symbolism. You bet your ass. Literally. All right, so let's see if we have anything else in here. We'll go to the bottom. Do you have any other questions? It's a therapy modality which is used here, both the ears, and incorporate the left and right side of the brain. But that is my layman's definition. I will post the definition as well. Blindly. Oh, blindly inspired. Good dawning. We are grateful you are here. All right, so if you have any other questions, otherwise we are going to not keep this too much longer then. Earth is a blessed school, yin and yang. You have to find the balance in yourself. That is the question, the grand balance. Can you do that? Is there any other questions for Saint Germain? We are here. We've been on for 44, 33. There we go. We'll scroll through here. If you do not have any more questions, then we are going to go ahead and end the good dawning for today. But let's see here. Comes to me. Receive a deep message. We can change anything at any time. We change our DNA changes. We can pass down all of our programming with DNA. That is correct. If you want to clear it. This is what you're saying about clearing generational traumas. You are clearing the trauma out of your auric field. It is clearing your DNA, and you are not passing on any remnants of vibration of that trauma to the next generation. You are the one to stop it in its tracks, so to speak, so it never gets passed on. The modality for shadow work. There we go. So, all right. We are almost complete then. I do not see any. I just answered my own question in the chat. There you go. Hello. We are grateful you are here. Kiss, welcome. We have not seen you. We are welcome to see you in the chat too. All right. If we are not having any other questions, we will give it another moment here. But we are asking you over the weekend to eat Hydrox cookies, not the Oreo cookies. We will go into that. Josh will create the Rumble channel, and maybe for the moment we'll just post a video on Rumble and as a fast and put it out. We will, when Josh posts the Rumble video, we'll do a shot on the video on the YouTube and post the Rumble and let you know that the Rumble is a live. As well, we are looking to set up eventually. This is all working. We are putting this out there so that the energetics can stay in the atmosphere and Josh doesn't drop the ball, right? So we are also looking to do MailChimp. You can subscribe, and maybe we do a newsletter or send out an email, tips and things as well. So there are lots of things. We have a new question. My question is the best way to cleanse and release chakras for optimal chi flow. Chakra clearing. You could do lots of different things. You could do like an egg cleanse. You can, for chakra clearing, the best thing you can do for Mr. Floyd, depends. If you are a water person, for example, there's lots of different things. We are giving what the other day. Josh went into the pool, right? So if you imagine you are going swimming in the pool, you use the pool, here's a Cancer, and here's a 5. So that's the number. You are as water as you can get, as born in the 5th. You are a number 5 life path, which is a teacher, and you are a Cancer. So it's all water. You are the most water on earth, right? Cancer is the water sign, and 5 being the water number. So for Josh, when he wants to clear his chakras, he will go in a swimming pool. We're not using it like a baptismal or anything. We are switching the energy. So without intentional. So you go into the pool. My intention is to use this pool to clear my energetic field, to realign my chakras with the flow of the water. And because it's your universe and it's all energetics and you're creating it, right? Then that's what works for Josh. He'll get in the pool and he'll balance out, and he's using the water to clear him. As he's getting out, he is saying, as I get out of the pool, I leave all my negative energies in the pool, all the garbage out of my chakra, out of my auric field, in the pool. The other ways, lots of ways to ground and align your chakras. Lay in the grass. There you go. Yancy, go and find some clean grass. You don't want to lay down in the green and brown grass. Ha ha ha. No yellow stains in the grass. Ha ha ha. So find some clean grass, right? Watch out. It is bud season again. So you have all the Canadian geese coming back. So you have to be careful of that too. Do not lay in the green and chunky green grass. Ha ha. But I am also a 5 life path. So that's 5 life paths then. If you are a 5 life path, then that's 5 life paths. So you are a teacher, and you are also a water. So 5. If you are a 5, you are connected to water. But so to find your balance, there is really the best way. Honestly, is to lay down in the grass. That is the best way to cleanse and release your chakras. Grass. Lay down. Take a deep breath. Put your hands on the ground and just breathe and let the energy pool and flow through your chakras. An egg cleanse is another one. You can do that as well. A salt bath. Take a bath in salt water. The best way also to cleanse your chakras is to meditate as well. Take a deep breath and just sit down quiet and just but your chakras are already cleansed if you see them as cleansed. We think we are all this needing to be this. You could get Palo Santo or white sage, but again, with white sage, you have to be careful because it will ruin any positive. It erases all energetics. You start fresh. Like brand new, fresh and clean. But if you want that, then that. Otherwise, just get Palo Santo wax too. How about having somebody do energy walks off your back? You could lay crystals, a crystal grid on your back. That's another way, right? So you lay down and have somebody align your back with crystals, walk with energetics there. You could call an Archangel Michael. Yeah, keep going here. We could call an Archangel Michael, right? It's the grand clear, right? You clear anything that is attached to my any negative energetics that might be attached to my chakra system. You can call in the violet flame. There you go, the violet flame. Clear. You could do it two ways, right? You can run it up the chakra, or you could I'm gonna dial it up right up to my sacral chakra, then to my neck chakra, then to the gut, then to my throat chakra. So to my heart chakra, then my throat chakra. You could do it that way as well. You are getting the idea, right? You could take an intentional walk, and with each step, I am dropping the negatives out of my frame. It falls off. Negatives fall off. Aligned even more. Lots of things you can do in your universe. So it's really going to be up to you how to clear it. But there are lots of different things that you can do. We got to keep this kind of short here. Viviane, thank you. We will read that today. We're going to get things situated a little bit further. We have the StreamYard working, which is stupid easy. So there you go. And so whenever you want to be on the channel, we are grateful. We could do other nights as well. So, but that is the easiest way to clear it. We are going to ask her one more question because Josh has to actually get to work in a moment here. Do we need to set intentions with each crystal? Yes. Not need. If you are needing to do something, you are creating it from a state of lack or need or desire. You are not needing to do anything. It's all energetics. Suggested. If you just walk off with a crystal and you are like, I'm going to buy this crystal gale right here. Poof, I buy a new crystal and I'm calling it crystal gale. And I have my crystal in my hand. You have picked up the crystal from the store. And you have crystal gale in your hand, right? And you open it up. How many people have touched crystal before? How many have, energetically speaking, have mixed their energies with that crystal? The only reason why you would want to clear your crystal, so to speak, and set intentions is because other energetics might have been interfering or interacting with that same crystal, and you are going to get mixed energetics. So yes, if somebody picked this up in a crystal store, for example, you could get any kind of energetics. So somebody's having a piss poor day and they grab this crystal and they are looking at it and they go, my life sucks. They put their life sucks into the energetics of this crystal. Then they put it down. This crystal is $95. It's a rip-off and expensive. Maybe it may not be. They are putting those negative energetics into the crystal, right? Or they pick it up. Everything sucks. That's the intention. They put in the crystal. Everything sucks. They put it back. You want to cut that home. You don't know that the crystal is emanating. Everything sucks. Going to flash that energy for you, right? You're going to see that energy in your universe if you're playing with that crystal. Are you an understanding of that? So, Kiss, if you are still in the chat. What we are saying then is it is your best bet to buy the crystal with love. I intend to love. I love you. Pick it up and buy the crystal. When you get home, yes, clear the crystal. Put it in salt water, depending on the stone. You don't want to put all stones in water. Put it in the moonlight. If it's amethyst, put it in the sunlight. Call in Archangel Michael to clear it. Ask Raphael to clear Saint Archangel Raphael. I can help you with a little bit of energetics of Raphael in here. He's saying I can help you. Saint Germain can clear it. Put it in the violet flame. Yes, your intentions for the crystal. Absolutely. Why are you buying the crystal in the first place? Is it just a pretty rock? Or do you have energetic intentions for it? I am going to intend to use this stone to bring in more love in my universe. This stone is now centered in love. Poof. Sure, it's the grandest thing you can do. Otherwise, it's just dovish energy. If you do not put intentions into your stone, then it's just open energy. And the energy is going to be whatever it is for you at the moment. If you're having a crappy day and you pick up the stone, you have no intentional energies locked into the stone, it's just going to be crappy stone energy then. If you are an understanding. But this is my stone of love, and it is my highest loving stone. I'm having a crappy day. The love of my stone feels so much better. I'm glad I intended the stone to be of love, and now I feel much better. I'm using it to ground in to a better day, and it will release the crappy day. Put the stone down. Thank you, stone, for being full of love. That's why we do that. Otherwise, you pick up the if you're having a crappy day, now your stone is crappy energy. Otherwise, even if you're having a crappy day, but you intended to help you be of love, then it's going to help you be of love. Absolutely. It's the most important thing that you can do to put your energetics, not only into your stone, but like this. You have an arc and you are wearing an arc on your neck. What did your intentions? And for Josh, it was, as you can see on the back, joy, love, peace, and abundance. You remember what he put, but he put it on the back, so that is the intention. So he's wearing this. And it brings up joy, abundance, peace, and love in his universe. What are you doing? It's all about your grand intentions. If you are putting it on and you are saying this arc is a piece of shit, then you are creating yourself as a piece of shit intention instead. So it's all exactly. We are full of crystals. Our body is turning to crystalline. If you're watching this, you are going from the carbon to the crystal-based structure of the 5D body, light body. Anyways, as you release your dark, tense energies into the light and transmute all of the garbage that you've been holding inside yourself, you become more crystalline. You hold more light, right? And that's why you crystalline, because your body is not so tensed up. Your cells, and you bring in more light through you. All right, we have to end this because Josh has to actually get to work, but we could do this again. We are going to, next Friday, again, we'll do more questions. We will make the questions like started earlier. But yes, you are going to see a lot more. Instead of just Saint Germain just directly channeling anymore, I mean, we do not need to. Saint Germain can be like the Mike Douglas show, but like back in the day, like an old talk show, like Phil Donahue, but it's hosted by Saint Germain. That's just what we are kind of getting at here. But nonetheless, we love you, and it is Friday, so fry something. Don't fry your brain, right? We're not going to get an egg and remember the old commercial and smash the egg, right? Do not fry your brain, right? And plus, they are generally lying to you. If you are smoking weed, you are not frying your brain. You're going to do more damage to your countertop than your brain by smashing an egg on your countertop than you smoking weed and not frying your brain to begin with. So nonetheless, take what they say and leave most of it behind. Because what they say, they are trying to have an agenda. So nonetheless, we are going to open up the Rumble channel. Josh will promise you next week we are going to do Rumble. There you go. So we will tell you why not to eat the Oreo cookies. If you do eat the Oreo cookies, you might be eating other things as well, symbolically speaking, of course. But nonetheless, we love you. And if you find something to fry and you want to show it on YouTube, then send a picture to Mr. Floyd Channelings at gmail.com. If you want a one-on-one session with Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain as well, Mr. Floyd Channelings at gmail.com. And for those who are wanting promised an update on their channeling or on their one-on-ones, the emails were sent, and we got we got an email back from one there, and so we are grateful. So yes, and you'll see more pictures of Ali as well. We received more pictures of Ali, so we are going to post those as well. And again, as well, if you do not know, Adam Bernstein is doing a retreat in October in New York, and it's Josh's grand intention to be at the retreat from Adam Bernstein in October, hopefully. But of course, Adam is saying that it's going to be snowy like crazy in New York in the middle of October. So we are curious, because Adam is doing his tarot time and reading his future, right? He's doing the future forecast. He is seeing lots of snow in New York in the middle of October, so who knows? But nonetheless, we are hoping to be at the retreat, and that is the Adam from the Medium channel. If you're watching this in rewind, replay, go check out the Medium channel. You will see most of Mr. Floyd and a lot of these people here on Sunday dawning, at 11 a.m. on the East Coast, in the Medium channel at the tarot time. There we go. Like the second family. So yeah, we are going to do this more like tarot time. There's more hangout. There's no need to be all formal about the channeling or anything else. Saint Germain is just here for you. So you're going to see a lot of looser changes and bigger changes on the channel here. But we love you. We know you love yourself because you are watching this, and we are grateful. Thank you. Thank you for sticking with us. And if we are at 500, we cannot see quite yet. Grateful beyond all universal words. We will do a shot later today from the Crystal Shop. And as well, we are getting Joshua to type an email to his manager today. But we are going to go live from the Crystal Shop, maybe with Rooted Willow, if you are understanding who Rooted Willow is. She works with crystals, and we are going to go live maybe from the Crystal Shop on how to purchase crystals and what to do in a crystal shop and what not to look for and all kinds of different things. We are doing all kinds of new projects. and things are coming up here. You might even see Saint Germain out in the open. You never know. We have two microphones, so Saint Germain could do interviews in the wild with Saint Germain. That could be a little crazy, but who knows, right? We don't know anything. But we'll stick it to the wall and see what happens. If you have a suggestion for the Mr. Floyd Challenge channel, something that you want to see Mr. Floyd or Saint Germain or whatever do, let us know. Sekhmet, she's there too, and she is in there as well. And if you want to see Sekhmet, she can come out too, but not today. But so if you have suggestions on what you want to see on the channel, send an email to mrfloydchannelings@gmail.com. This is an open forum here. We are here for you. This is all about helping you to build your universe. And we're helping Josh build a universe by helping you build your universe. So there you go. We love you. Releasing transmission. All right. So I gotta scamper to work here. I'm gonna be late. This is the longest one we've ever had. Grateful for you guys. Love you all so much. So yeah, Viviani, thank you. I'll grab your email there. Yanksy, check your email as well, and we'll figure that out. All of you guys out there, Bonnie as well. I think I replied to you. If not, if you didn't get an email, Bonnie, I apologize. If you want to send me one, we'll set up as well here. And if you want a one-on-one, just send me an email as well, mrfloydchannelings@gmail.com. I truly appreciate you all. So yeah, Fridays from now on, Free Flow Fridays with Mr. Floyd and Saint Germain. So there we go. Fridays are open question days from now on, and so as we take it as it is here, one step at a time, we are changing. The channel is changing and growing, and much more to come here. And we'll see what we got here. But I love you. Have an awesome weekend, and remember, you're not going to kill the energetics, but take 15 whole seconds to visualize what, when you wake up in the dawning, just do it Saturday and Sunday. 15 seconds to what you are wanting to see in your universe by November 11th. And if anybody cuts in front of you at the grocery store, don't bring it home. If you got a Bob or Fran in your universe, don't bring them home. Just cut the cords right then and there. You'll find as you start to do that, you get lighter and lighter. You don't have to lose weight to lose weight. You just lose energy. Lose heavier energetics in your field, and you will feel like you've lost more weight than when you lose weight. I guarantee it. I love you. Stay awesome, and I will see you all on Moon Day. Love you.